guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the second video of my three-part series, Best of 2018. Today we are focusing on eye makeup. This one, I had to reel it in because if I didn't, this video would be like an hour. Honestly, I love eye makeup. I love eyeshadow palettes. All my palettes are like my children. It's very hard to narrow it down, but I made myself do it. I still have like a few palettes, but I basically lumped them into three, and I've got pigments, I've got eyeliner, mascara, all that good stuff. So, if you guys would like to see what my best of 2018 eye makeup was, then keep on watching. Okay, I'm gonna just start with palettes because they're my favorite thing in the world, and we might as well just get that out of the way. Alright, so the first palettes I want to mention are highly affordable. I talked about them so much, especially in the early part of the year, and these were sort of my holy shit BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette moment where I realized they really started kicking up their game. They reformulated their eyeshadows with the launch of these palettes. I have 4 of them. These are the BH GLAM Reflection palettes. Now, the packaging is mirrored, so I'm going to just kind of try to hold it this way so it doesn't blind you. But that's the only negative about it is the mirrored packaging because it gets so dirty. Like you'll see, like all of them are filthy because you touch them and stuff gets all over them and then they just look dirty. But that's really the only negative of these palettes because they are so beautiful. This one is probably my favorite. This is the Gilded palette. But they also have Rosé, Smoke, and Amore. So, let me just show you. This was a new formula for them, and it is so good. And this was really like the start of my BH Cosmetics eyeshadow addiction. So after I discovered these, they sent them to me in PR, but after I tried these, I then went on to review pretty much every single palette they released. Because I was so like blown away by the quality to the price. Like I couldn't believe it. And every single palette that they put out last year was epic, was so good. The quality, the price, just good. There wasn't one that I didn't like. So that was the Gilded. This one is the Rosé. This is what the Smoke looks like. This is the one I used the least. I think it's obvious why. It's blues and it's kind of cooler. I mean, it does have warm tones in it, but these are smoky colors, and I only use these once in a great while, but still awesome. And then this one's the L'Amour palette. So beautiful. So beautiful. The next eyeshadow palette that came out that I fell in love with was the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I believe this was when they started changing the packaging on these and making it hard plastic, which I think is amazing. But these colors, when I opened this, I almost fell off my chair. Like, if you're into warm browns, I personally am. Like, I definitely went through a moment where these were the only tones I was wearing on my eye. And so when I got this, I almost died. And then they came out with a petite version, which I love just as much, but I was trying to reel it in for this video, so I definitely gave it to the big one. It's so good. Urban Decay's naked eyeshadows are the best that they make. Like, this is where their strength is, in my opinion. And the last one, I kept it to one more, was also from BH Cosmetics, and that was their Weekend Festival palette. This palette, okay, my thought process was this. I love the GLAM Reflections palettes. They're awesome, and there's 4 of them, so really, whatever color schemes you kind of prefer, there's something for you in that range. And the Naked palette, if you're just a neutrals person, there's something for you here. This one is so fun because there are so many bright colors. There's a mix of matte and shimmers, and the pigmentation on these is ridiculous, okay? These are so damn pigmented, like, ridiculous. Are you joking? That was a terrible swatch on the top there. I got a little carried away. But yeah, they're so pigmented, and there's neutrals in this palette as well. So you have your warm brown color, you've got an orange here, you've got this kind of peachy color, and then there's a deep chocolate brown in there. So you have everything you need to make like a transition situation. So on my eyes right now, I don't know if you can tell, but my lower lash line has like a yellow, a pink, and a purple. So I used the pink and the purple from this palette, and then in my crease I used this color here. And then the rest of what's on my eyes is from this palette, and I've got this yellow kind of along the bottom lash line, and then I've got these two colors here blending out the crease. So I don't know, I just love all of the palettes. Give me all of the palettes. And the other thing I really like, obviously, about this palette was the price point. Now, I'm assuming this is a limited edition palette, and I hate to put limited edition stuff in the best of, but like this palette was just one of the best of the year. It really was. I don't really do single eyeshadows, so I don't really have any single eyeshadows to award because I'm really more of like an eyeshadow palettes kind of person. So that's usually what I'll reach for. I do have some single shadows. I actually just decluttered a bunch of them because I'm like, I don't even use these. But I did find some pigments this year that I love so much and I use. I actually use. I keep them on my vanity. And those are the Bodyography glitter pigments. You guys, these are so beautiful. I actually have them over a cream glitter. I kind of tapped the cream glitter on with my finger and then I put one of these pigments on over it. But you don't even have to do that because these are so glittery. This one here is my favorite shade. It's called Sparkler. And this is what it looks like in the pan. And when they're applied best with the finger. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but it's just so beautiful. It just looks like fairy dust on your eyes, honestly. And then the other two were Celestial, which has kind of like a pink undertone, and then Bubbly, which has like a champagne undertone. So those I was obsessed with. Like, if you guys haven't checked these out, I highly recommend. If you have to pick one, I'd go with Sparkler because it's just... there's nothing like it in my collection. You know what it kind of reminds me of? The Desi Katie Just a Kiss, that like sheer gold glittery eyeshadow from their Friendcation palette. It's very similar to that, except it's a little bit more glittery. Alright, so speaking of the cream glitters, let's talk about them. So the one on my eyes that I was talking about is the Pop Flash Shadow in Naked Glitz. I recently did a video on all these cream glitters. And these are the ones that I just think are the best. There was none other that came out this year that I know of that I tried. But these ones, the Fairy Lights from Pixie by Petra and the Flash Shadows from Pop Beauty, amazing. Amazing. They're very different. This one is more of like an opaque, metallic shadow. And this one is more like a glitter. So they're a little bit different, but they're both so good and both affordable. For eyeliner, there's definitely one that stood out to me, and that is this one from CoverGirl. I forgot what it's called. It's the CoverGirl Get In Line Liquid Liner. You guys, it has this pen, okay? And every time I use this, first of all, you can get such a thin line, but you can go from like thin to thick. I have really shaky hands right now, but you can do like really skinny, and then you can get fatter and fatter and fatter. Like you can really control your lines with this. It is super matte. It is super black. They have different finishes. They have one that's a shiny one. They have one that has glitter in it, but I prefer the matte one. It is number 320. And every time I use this liner, perfect wings first application. Really never happens with any other product but this one, and it's super affordable. Love this. For mascaras, I actually have 3. So many mascaras come out all the time, and there are so many good ones. But I didn't mention in this video, but I did mention in my best of 2018 face video that I'm trying to keep it to things that I either tried for the first time this year or that were released this year. I'm not really bringing in stuff that I've had unless there was nothing else that beat it. So these are 3 mascaras that I tried this year. That's not to say that there are other mascaras I don't still love. Were just newcomers to me. So the first one is from Mally Beauty, and this is the Smoky Mama mascara from her Mallywood collection. I did have 2 products in my face video from her too, and this was a limited edition collection. Sorry, but some of the products you can still get on QVC and some other places. I don't know if Kohl's or Mally Beauty website. I'll have links in the description box, but this mascara was amazing. I used it until it was bone dry, and I saved it for this video, but it's like there's nothing left in this tube. It's bone dry, which is really sad because I loved it so much, but it just gave me the false lash look. It really did. It separated my lashes. It made them look long. It made them look full. I loved it. Same thing with this one from Revlon, Volume Amazing. I was really blown away by this. This has a totally different brush. This one has like one of those fat, bristly brushes. But such a great mascara for the price point. And again, it's volume. It gives you length. It makes your lashes look very full, very thick, and very false. And the last one is the one I've been using the last half of the year, and that one's from Winky Luxe. This is the So Extra Mascara. I mentioned this in many videos. I love this mascara. I know Tati hated on it. She didn't like it. I don't know why. I love it. I love it. It just goes to show you that something that works for somebody might not work for somebody else, and I have the most respect for Tati and her opinions, but for me, this mascara actually worked awesome. So it's going in my best of, and I think that she basically said it sucked and threw it. But I love it. And then for brows, I only have one product that was kind of new to me this year that I was like, holy shit balls, I love this. And that was the Glossier Boy Brow. This little thing blew me away. I'm not a minimalist when it comes to makeup. I don't know if you guys figured that out yet, but I'm like a full coverage, full glam, give me all the glam all of the time kind of person. Like, I love a good glam. And so I've never really been drawn to Glossier, and they also, their Wilder was in my best of face video, which 2 of their products, it just goes to show you, like, don't knock it till you try it. This is an excellent product for the brows. I am not a brow expert by any means. Brows are not where I excel, but I do love this. I feel like it definitely fills in the gaps. I like that it has a color. The color I have is brown, and I don't know, I love the little brush. It's so tiny, and it just gets every little hair. I have so much control. I don't know, I love it. It's just good. And lastly, we have lashes. This year, I really dove into Kiss lashes. Back in the spring, I got a PR box from them with a ton of different lashes, and I hadn't really played with their lashes that much. If I was going to drugstore, I definitely would head straight to the Ardell Demi Wispies. But that box opened my eyes to Kiss as a brand, and then I just really never looked back. I think in a good 80% of my makeup looks last year, I was wearing Kiss lashes. So this one here is the Blooming Lash. This one's actually kind of newer to me. This is the style Lily, but it was unused, so that's the one I'm showing. But there's so many styles that I used. Their Blowout Lash was a collection that they launched back in the spring, and those are so pretty. They're fluffy and wispy. These are really fluffy and wispy too. They're just, I love them, and Kiss lashes are super affordable. So if you haven't checked them out, I really recommend checking them out, because in my opinion, they have a lot more style options, like a lot more different kinds, different lengths, different fullnesses, different levels of wisp, you know? And they look really like high-end lashes, I think, for an affordable price. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that you never miss when I upload a video. Don't forget the Glam Latte Beauty podcast. All the details will be in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.